You had the nerve to say, could have made good use of that money with the gifts you have. Then for you to turn around and say, I don't work and my art isn't a job. It sure was a job when we needed that extra 100 at the hotel in Texas. It sure was a job when I was helping fund your Hot Boy Summer 2020. And I do it all again with no regret or resentment. I gave with my heart. I don't keep scores like you do. Jew, who the fuck are you to tell me how to spend my money? You seem really jealous and bitter. You just mad cause I didn't spend no money on you. And why would I? Even your family doesn't believe in your whack ass art that you call a job. Don't you remember how happy everybody was in your family when they heard you got a real job? The job that I stuck my neck out on the line to get you? You made India and I look bad. Some friend. You haven't made money like that since. You must not remember what happened in Texas. We didn't need that extra 100 because remember they came down on the price of the deposit and you got that 100 right back? Are you back smoking crack? That's why you was asleep the first night, huh? You really are trying it, trying to make yourself seem so relevant. Like you did so much when you didn't. Hashtag pressed much. You never helped fund my Hot Boy Summer of 2021, nor 2020. Crack is whack. You showing your resentment right now. You lied. You did none of what you said, so you couldn't do it again. You gave me lies, deceit, and a disease. If that's your heart, keep that to yourself. You do keep score, but you can't really make the board score when you're broke. You just listed a bunch of lies that you claim to have done for me. You constantly bringing up a phone bill you volunteered to pay for. That is keeping score, dum dum. You had the nerve to say, you can sure depend on me when dude put his hands on you. You can sure depend on me when you need a bill paid. You can sure depend on me. Why you think I don't ask you for anything at all? You must have me confused with your mama. She's the one getting knocked upside her head and still staying with that man. If K beat her ass to death, you still wouldn't do shit. You soft as fuck because it couldn't have been my mama. He would have gotten beat the fuck up, but you are a coward and did nothing. Looks like you couldn't help her either. Now you bogus for bringing up my fight with T. I didn't need you. I had already beat T's ass. Once again, you volunteered to fight T and I told you no. This is all on record. Jew, I have proof of you saying that you was going to fight him and me telling you not to do it because I handled it. You just wanted to use that to weasel your way back in. Now we both know you wasn't going to fight T because you soft. But for you to try to make it seem like I needed you is whack. I wasn't even in town enough to need you. I was too busy having my hot boy summer, going to Orlando, Houston, New York, Ohio, Detroit, and Chicago, and back home to Minneapolis. Now, what was you doing? Stuck trying to get to the East Coast. Stuck trying to figure out how you was going to pay your rent. Never depended on you to pay a bill for me. You can barely pay your own bills. You volunteered your simp services. Now, here is where I get confused. Earlier in the text, you said, I call on you for probably advice, and I appreciate it. If you have food or feel like it to give, I have utmost appreciated it. Let's not forget, you begged me for food and to be referenced to your PCA job in a text on November 23rd. What about all the times you asked me to take you to work? On October 16th, you asking me for money. On October 28th, you asking me to take you to the laundromat. You calling me about how to cook certain foods. I could go on, but my point is now all of a sudden you saying this. You can sure depend on me. Why you think I don't ask you for anything at all? Oh, so now you don't ask me for nothing. All you are doing is proving my point, which is you are a liar, a cheater, manipulative, and a coward. I just caught you in another lie in your own damn text. Thank God I keep receipts. You say you don't ask me for anything, but our text history determined you are a liar. I just gave you dates of you asking me for shit, lying ass ninja. You said, to this day, I will not deny what you've taught and given me no doubt. Was your ass getting beat then too? No. Follow up from you, so don't talk to me about communication. Don't praise me and turn around to try and shade me. You just showing how phony you are. And no, like I said, that was your mama getting her ass beat. Your daddy probably beat her weird ass too, which is why you came out retarded. You will never have to worry about being notified about anything regarding me. And I have already told HCMC not to call me no more about you, 'cause I could care less whether you live or die. I hope your bitch ass catch COVID again and die, ho. I hope your mama be the one that has to embalm your fat ass body, bitch ass ninja. Yes, I can talk about your communication skills regarding a bill in which that's what I was talking about. You made this into a bigger thing. Your ass poked the dragon and now you getting burned. But at least it's not a fucking disease, you loser. I see you still stuck in the past. You will always be a late fag, a late ass fag. You said, I don't hate, resent, or dislike you. I'm sending you everything with love, peace, healing, and clarity. I just need to share my peace as you did yours. The grievances you done to me never happened. With the grievances I've done to you will forever have happened. Well, I hate your ass. Hope you die, bitch. I know you hate me. You just on that phony ass Minnesota nice passive aggressive bullshit because you are a hater. Well, I'm from Toledo. You just went recently, right? You are obsessed with me. I don't care if you dislike me. Go to hell, bitch. Your own family don't even like you. You don't know what love is. If you did, we would have made it, liar. It's cool. At least one of us can keep it real. You do resent me, and you are jealous of me too. You are the one that is in need of healing, responding a whole month later. You not shit but a cum guzzling, fat, black ass grizzly bear with a beard. I haven't done no grievances to your bitch ass. You trying to make it seem like, well, you did stuff and I did stuff. Also, you can feel better about yourself, but nah, the shit is whack, just like you. You fat, stinking bastard. Don't ever speak to me again. I should have known this would happen with the retarded brother that has no style. You will never surpass your brother. He is the fly one, and you will always be in his shadow. Stupid ass dummy. Respect my authority, loser. DJ Play almost doesn't count by Brandy, followed by you. I'm done in heaven by Tweet. Baby, shaking my head in that order too. Go to hell. Fitz Savage. Who is Fitz? Real ass ninja give a fuck about a ninja. Someone you don't want to meet. Him not nice at all. I digress. I do recommend when you write stuff like this that you burn it. I am telling you that it is very therapeutic. That is what I normally do, and it really does work. This time is different. I said I will put all of my hurt, all of my pain, all of my love, all of my conflict into my work. These are the elements of birth. This is energy, and it takes energy to birth life into the world. Writing this book is my joy. This is my happiness. Um, Listen, so I will say, uh, I do apologize if I have offended anybody in like other communities, regarding mental health and stuff like this. Some of the language that I did use, in this email that I never sent. But as you listen to, some of the stuff that, was said to me, um, I responded. But I never sent this, to him. I just always kept this like in my diary, kind of, Um, when actually we had this interaction with each other, he sent me a text message. I did read it, but I never responded. So, I let him get the last word. But I did have I did have a bullet ready. And that's what this was. But I never sent it. And to me, that is growth. Even though I'm reading it now, um, but in this section, I'm being totally 100% raw, real, uncut. It is what it is. You know, am I sorry for, saying this about him? No, I'm not. I'm just being honest. Am I sorry if, you know, my words that I said hurt, innocent people that want to be offended, that don't know me, and, you know, I do apologize. However, I do feel as if we in this country have become so sensitive. We have become so sensitive that it's like you can't say anything. But yet, in these separate communities, in these separate, like for instance, that's why I'm doing this, because I want to talk about in my community, we talk to each other like this. So, how can I get mad at somebody else for, you know, saying some of the things, like for instance, like the baby. Like everybody was coming down on him. I was never mad at the baby. I was never mad. I like his music. I have HIV and I know what he said. But I don't. It didn't bother me. I didn't like, oh, cancel the baby. No, like what? Like I don't know this man and he don't know me. Like I don't know. It's I just feel like what he said does not have doesn't make or break me. You know what I'm saying? This is not going to stop me from getting up and going to work. This is not going to stop me from having to pay my rent or having to pay, my bills. I still got stuff that I have to handle, so I can't get caught up by what he's saying. I could say stuff about him too, and that's more my approach. Like that's what I live by, and I'm just using him as an example. Like I said, I don't have nothing against him, but I just feel like enough with the canceling, trying to cancel people because they said such and such, when we know that in our communities we talk like this to each other. I'm like, yeah, the baby, he might have said something about, HIV or AIDS, but guess what? The baby also ain't sitting up on an app uh, hacking into somebody's medical records and exposing them. The baby also ain't sitting up exposing people addresses. You know what I'm saying? Like phone numbers. He not calling people's elderly grandparents, harassing them. He not doing that. That's happening in our community. That's what we do to each other. So my thing is, how can we try to completely cancel people when this is happening? We do this to each other. That's just my take on it. And like I said, I have nothing against the baby. I just used him as an example. I don't even hate Boosie or Charleston White. I don't hate him either. I watch them. Um, a few people done even told me I look like Charleston White. I remember one time I was in Little Caesars parking lot, and this dude walked up to my car. He was like, "Man, I thought you was Charleston White." I didn't even know who Charleston White was at the time. I didn't know who he was. And I was like, who was that? And I looked him up. I'm like, I don't look nothing like this dude. But a lot of people also used to tell me I look like Cat Williams too. And I'm like, I don't look nothing like Cat Williams, but when my hair was long and stuff like that, I used to get that all the time too. It is what it is. Now, Jew and I was not together the whole time during that 2-year, 4-month period. Even during our time together, we only had sex a few times. I was turned off due to all the lies and just him, period. I met him in November of 2019, finally got him out of my life February 8th, 2022, and have not heard from him since. I am not going to lie. I moved him in before I fully got to know him. I started going back into the lifestyle in May of 2019. So it wasn't long before I met him in November. I don't regret supporting him through his diagnosis or helping him get off drugs. It was a tough time for him, and I know how that feels. I'm not fixing any more ninjas. I do believe one day I will do something to help people with HIV. I just don't know what that is yet. I do know that moving a user into my home too quick was a mistake, and I have learned from my mistakes. No roommates for me. I'm going to focus on my work and love myself. I do better by myself anyway. My thought process at that time was I seen the potential, and I think that is what I fell in love with, the potential, which is an illusion. So I was in love all by myself like a dummy. Don't fall in love with illusions. They all belong to Samael, a fallen angel. I did not recognize this about myself until I went through this most recent situation that occurred in 2022. Today, I have learned to take people for who they are, what they show me, and how they treat me. Oh, yeah, in the email, you will see that I mentioned my former friend D. I tried to patch things up with D, but that was a huge mistake. I was able to see how I have grown in a different direction since we had time apart. I felt like the Most High was showing me what my life would have been like if I continued to associate myself with His energy. I am a believer in karma. Whatever actions you put into the earth will come back to you. If you are tied to a person that is receiving bad karma, some of that might rub off on you. His life had taken a turn for the worse, unfortunately. He had admitted to me that he had been doing hardcore narcotic drugs for quite some time, and I was so shocked. I did not know this, honestly. I thought we agreed to stop taking the pills. I did not know he continued on to other things, such as coke, meth, even basing with needles, heroin. This was when he admitted he had been snorting cocaine for quite some time. I knew Al had gotten off into narcotics real bad as well, but he was clean the last time I had seen him. Man, I truly thank God I never tried cocaine, crack, or meth. And I don't want to, by the way. I'm taking my life in a different direction, going to the Most High. But anyway, I ended up bringing D back with me to Minneapolis around February/March of 2020. He knew that if I had known about his drug use, I would not have brought him back with me because he knows I don't play about narcotics. So he lied about what he was doing. This is why we can never be cool again, because even if he gets clean, I don't care what front he put on for Facebook. I feel like I can never trust him again. I even told him on the way back that I've changed and I'm not down with the lifestyle anymore. I told him he would not be having a bunch of random dudes in and out my house. I'm just telling you this because I really want people to know that when you stop being friends with people, don't go back. It's not worth the headache. The focus should have been on him getting a job so he can get on his feet. Nope. He was looking for someone to lean on and take care of him. And I'm so done with taking care of people. You ninjas are not my responsibility. Excuse me. See, in the past, he used the whole, well, I'm a college athlete, college is my job, all while we was younger, and he never developed a real work ethic like me. As for me, I always worked. I come from a working family. When I was in college, I walked from the college into town just to work because I needed money. I have never been the type to let someone take care of me because I always had to deal with my dad throwing whatever he did for me back in my face. I would tell D all the time that one day he wouldn't be able to use that as an excuse. When we had our argument, I called him all kind of fallen college athlete because that's what he gives. The first thing he was trying to do was prostitute out my house. Sad thing is, if you see him, you would not know this about him. I knew right then it was a mistake. All that trying to change was just all talk. This dude would have full-blown conversations by himself like he was really talking to someone, but he was talking to himself. I knew then he had been inhabited by spirits. He was going through my things while I was at work. Excuse me. One time he went on Facebook Live, but he had been using drugs, needles, so he passed out on the floor while on live and had everyone worried about him. The last straw was him unplugging my home security system, which turned my cameras off, talking about he needed some space to do him. He had this entitlement attitude like he could just come in my house, do what he wants, but he got the shock of his life when I put him out. He did not he did get a job during the time he was here, but the day he started working at the gym, he called me not even a half hour later to come back to get him. He claimed his mom was screaming he was going to jail. His mom had passed away. Rest in peace. Some time ago. So this was all just confirmation of what I already knew. The only thing good, the only good thing that came out of this was I finally got to tell D how I felt after years of him taking advantage of me and using me. We had a really bad argument that I have on video. I also have the proof of the needles that I found that he was using to get high in my place. This fool had the nerve to basically tell me that it was none of my business what he was doing in my apartment. He tried to come into my place acting like he was running things. He had not recognized that this time I was not going for his shit. I'm glad the argument happened because it revealed his true colors on how he always thought he was better than me because he went off to college and was successful. I think he recognized that my spirit has changed and my light irritated his demons. He wanted the old John, but that bitch is dead, and for good reason. I'm being so real when I say I seen it. I seen what my life would have been like if I had continued being friends with him. When I look back, I remember we had a conversation about the truth. He said he knew we were the Israelites because they talked about it while he was locked up. All that was just talk to get in my energy. Lesson learned. I'm good on all ex-friends. I think him coming here, seeing me actually thriving without him is what made him jealous of me. Even though to me at the time, I felt like I was in the pits because I didn't have much. The Most High was showing me that I had actually made progress. Excuse me. My problem was I couldn't see it because I had been in isolation from all my former friends. I'm learning what it truly means to be abundant. See, I thought for the longest time that abundance was just about your finances. Baby, my mind changed when I woke up one morning and dude was in the living room having a full-blown argument with himself. I mean, I know I talk to myself, but damn, dude, you're crazy as fuck. I thought he was on the phone, so I went in the living room and he was literally talking to himself. Well, I know he probably was arguing with a demon, but to the people who don't know about spiritual warfare, they would say he is arguing with himself. It wasn't too long after he was arguing with himself in my living room that we had our argument. I guess the bitch was practicing because, baby, he would need it for what was coming. I don't have time for the bullshit people try to put on me. Your problems are not my problems. See ya. I let his ass have it though. It was really bad. He left that night, and I don't even know how he got back to Toledo. I did not care either. He got what he deserved when he got back to Toledo. When D came back to Toledo, something happened where he took the police on a high-speed chase and ended up going to jail. He had already been beat up by the police department after he was caught on camera stealing a cell phone and tried to run from the police. This was before he came back with me to Minnesota, in which he did not bother to even tell me he was not supposed to leave the state. He had warrants out for his arrest because he failed to appear in court for some other stuff that was going on. I also knew that he had been going into my room and going through my belongings while I was at work. He has always been a thief. This is why today I can't have anything to do with him. I loved him, but he is too much to deal with. He is not my responsibility. Besides, he didn't care when I was in Toledo struggling while he was off living his best life. I never had any incidents with TPD, and thank God, because they remind me of the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department that was investigating.